Hey everybody, I'm bored. Are you? Good. Thank you for watching. This video is going to be one that I honestly just came up at the last second, where we go over a bunch of dates and things that we have to look forward to until the 10th anniversary. This list, I'm hoping, covers all possible dates that we have to look forward to, but if there's anything that I miss or otherwise find out afterwards, I will update in the pinned comment, so check the pinned comment down below. But until then, let's take a look at everything that we have coming up. The New Year's celebration has been sort of unremarkable for some people, especially if you're not a fan of Daima, but even still, the events, they're kind of just a one-off, and then once you're done with it, there's not much else to be doing. And I mean, this just happens, right? The closer we get to some of the biggest, most exciting stuff, the longer it takes to actually get there. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like the anticipation heightens, and it just makes time go so slowly. And I feel like that's where we're at right now. So what I did is I went through and I put down together a bunch of different dates just to go over things that we have to look forward to. In the meantime, whether or not you look forward to some of these dates, I would still strongly recommend you log in every day, you do all your daily missions, pick up as many stones as you can, burn up your stamina. That one's not as necessary, but still you should burn up your stamina. And then after that, go do something else. You know, this is a mobile game, so it is inherently not meant to be the main game. So if you want to play something else, by all means do it. On my second channel, we've been having a lot of fun with Marvel Rivals. If you guys are interested in non-Dragon Ball content, do check out the second channel. If you're not interested, that is completely fine. Let's go over some of these dates, shall we? So I've got all of these dates right here. Everything in white is confirmed. Everything in gray is stuff that is not yet confirmed, but probably very likely. So we'll start from the top. January 7th, which is 3 days from now. It should be dropped. Yeah, 3 days from now. Then we have the Tile Breaking Challenge Part 2. So this, I mean, really not that exciting, but this is just the Part 2 to an otherwise very uneventful New Year's celebration, right? Where you have to use certain categories to do extra damage and score as high as you possibly can. With these, you get more stones. That's the most important thing. But once you do that, it's going to be very short-lived. This is going to take you, what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops? And then we're done. Then we're cooked for 7 days. 7 days. I do hope we get something. I'm hoping that in between, you know, these dates, we get like an easy A or something. Because I was looking at, well, we'll talk about that in a second. So January 14th is the Part 3 for the New Year's Tile Breaking Challenge. So more stones. That's the most important thing. I will say that this event is actually very interesting. I know a lot of you guys are currently hating it, and I do understand why, because it is pretty tough. And when I did my burst mode videos, I sort of lost it in one of them. But yeah, Kid Buu burst mode, we might do some live streams trying to tackle this event with more higher difficulty stuff, because I kind of want to see if I can do it. So anyway, let's move on here. After the 14th, then things get interesting, because that weekend, that next week, things are going to start moving forward. I think honestly, it's just going to be these next 2 weeks that we got to get through. Once we turn the corner and we get to the 18th, which is a weekend, Saturday, 18th and 19th, Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour in Los Angeles. Here, we are going to be getting big news on all of the different games, except for Breakers, lol. We got Dokkan, Sparking, Legends, Fighters, the digital card game. All of these things are going to be taking center stage, celebrating Dokkan or Dragon Ball for 2 days. Now, for Dokkan specifically, on the 18th, which is a Saturday, starting at 4 p.m. Pacific, that is going to be when Omatsu takes the main stage and talks about the latest information about the upcoming 10th anniversary campaign scheduled for the end of January 2025. Now, I personally don't think anything involving the 10th anniversary campaign is going to be mentioned in regards to the theme or the characters. What I think they'll probably discuss are like UI upgrades, or maybe like summoning format. Maybe they'll discuss like the new summon format. Maybe they're going to do what they did last year, where they do the step up thing. The final one is, I don't, how did that go? I don't know. It was a very controversial format. Maybe they'll talk about the pity, 2,500 stones to get the pity copy of the character. I don't know, whatever the heck. I think those are the types of things that he'll talk about here. I believe last year, the main stage presentation for Dokkan, where they talked about like various stats about Dokkan, lasted about 20 minutes, I think. And this one is going to be live streamed apparently. So it says on the left here, the events on stage will be streamed. So if it is streamed, then I'll see if, I mean, I'm not sure. Okay. I promised myself I wouldn't be salty. So I'm going to try not to. Because I was not invited into the fan meetup, I am not sure if I want to even be there. So we'll see. Maybe I'll live stream. Maybe. Or I'll just be at the event. I don't know. We'll see. I'm pissed off. All right, anyway, so after this is over, which I imagine will take maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes tops, there is also going to be the global fan meetup. That is going to be happening on the same day as the Dokkan presentation. Now, I have been told that that is going to be happening on the 18th at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, and it's going to be going for 2 hours. So 3.5 hours after the main stage event is over, Omatsu will be meeting with, is it 100 people? 100 global players? And that is probably going to be where we learn what the theme and the characters are going to be. Now, also, I learned that the JP fan meetup is not going to be happening for part 1. That's actually going to be happening for part 2. So it looks like Global's going to be getting the part 1 debut info, and JP's going to be getting the part 2, which is honestly, I think, fair. And maybe like every year they could just alternate. Maybe JP gets the fan. Oh, wait, no, they can't, because Battle Hour always happens at the same time. So I think forever what's going to be the case is that Global gets the fan meetup. It's not like Global gets the news over JP. Everyone's going to see it. But I mean, like, global players will get to be part of the fan meetup event and for part 1, and then JP will always get part 2. I think that's probably how it's going to be moving forward. But that's all happening on the 18th. And then the rest of the weekend is just going to be for all other games, all of the Dragon Ball stuff. So there'll probably be some cool news, maybe some other live streams that we'll talk about. But that's what's going to be going on during the weekend. Also, during that same weekend, the Daima Stone sales are going to be ending. So this ends for me January 19th at 7 a.m., which I believe is an hour before JP's reset for that day. You'll have to check your own details to see exactly what time it ends for you. I'm writing all this from my perspective because I can't account for every region on the planet. Also, here's this. So for part 2, we are going to be having a part 2 for this Daima part 1. But as far as the banner is concerned, we're probably not going to be getting an LR banner. We're probably going to be getting the support banners. The support banners come back yearly, basically once. And so for JP, every year they would drop these guys at the part 2 slot for the New Year's celebration. So Global will probably be getting these as well. And this is also a ginormic trap. Probably not as big of a trap as the step-ups because the step-ups hold more value, but these guys do hold value also in their own right. I would strongly recommend against summoning for this, but I know some people probably will. You do get, I think you get like Kais per summon. You have increased rates for the LRs of the specific types, you know, to pull those. And they also give you the 50% support characters. They've all since had EZAs, so now they're what, 60% supports, which can be pretty busted on certain teams. But again, what point is it if you don't have like the big guns, right? So I would recommend that people skip these. We'll see if they're even dropping to begin with, and if they are, prayers up for all those who indulge and impulse summon. After the 19th, we jump ahead to the 22nd. That is when the 10th anniversary countdown celebration is going to be starting. Now, we don't know that for sure based on any text in game, but the reason why we can surmise that it's going to be starting on the 22nd is simply because it's 7 days before the 10th anniversary starting. And we know this is going to be starting on the 29th because the 10th anniversary warm-up campaign thingy ends on the 29th. So if this is going to be ending, then finally these coins will be able to be used. So the 29th is going to be when it starts. Also, every year that's when it starts for JP. So the 29th is going to be when the 10th anniversary begins. 7 days before that, a whole week of countdown. The countdown, more login bonus, like more stones, you get some tickets. Last year, there was some pretty hype stuff. We had LR UI Goku's EZA. First couple stages, I think, of a new Red Zone event also dropped, as well as like Speed Battle. Global didn't get Speed Battle this year, though, for 9th anniversary. So I wonder if they're going to do that. I wonder what they're going to do with the Speed Battle, actually. So that will be the 22nd. And then closer to the end of the week, I think we should probably get some sort of an anniversary live stream going over the actual characters, showing the animations, showing the details on the characters. Because while those at the fan meetup will probably have seen some of it, most people would not have. So I think this would have to happen. I think last year this happened, what, like 4 or 5 hours before the actual banners dropped. There's been some unfortunate inconsistencies with the banners release for part 1. Sometimes I remember doing videos on this like in year 7, year 6. Like sometimes the celebration starts day 1 and then the banner drops like day 2.5. Or sometimes the banner does drop like a couple hours after the start of the anniversary. So last year it did start a few hours after the anniversary began. So I hope that they do that again. And if they do, if the anniversary begins on the 29th, let's just say, you know, 4 hours before that on the 28th, they do the live stream. That's probably what's going to happen, but we'll see. Also, the 28th, the New Year's step up date ends. The summons are over. Let me see. Do I have that right here? Yes. So the New Year's Dokkan Festival step up ends on the 28th, 11:59, basically the 29th. I should honestly just put the 29th. I'm going to change that. 29. New Year's step up ends. That's just not the Dokkan Festival, but also the Legendary Carnival. and then the anniversary begins. And then, like I said, JP's fan meetup is going to be for part 2. So each part is going to be 2 weeks. So if the anniversary starts on the 29th, 1 week would be the 5th of February. The second week would be the 12th. So if they're meeting on the 8th, then that could either mean that there's going to be another like 10th anniversary live stream closer to the 12th where they actually debut the characters and then we get to go into the summons at the same time, or they continue to do the annoying tradition that they do where they drop this part 2 anniversary characters a week into part 2. That's something that a lot of people are not too thrilled about. I don't particularly mind it, but I know a lot of people are not a fan of that. So we'll have to wait and see. That's going to be probably something we find out closer to here when they're actually going to be doing that. I don't think that they would change it. I think it's still going to be a week into part 2. But anyway, there you have it. That is my list of dates that I can think of. I don't think there's anything that I missed. If I did, once again, please let me know. And also I will update the pinned comment down below. But this is what we've got. So TLDR, it's going to be a slow 2 more weeks. Once we hit the weekend of the 18th, things will start to get exciting, because at that point, we're not only going to get information about Dokkan, but other games as well. If you guys play like Sparking, or maybe they announce another like Kakarot DLC or something. I don't know. There could be some cool things that happen there. Maybe we'll live stream those. We can watch like, I don't know, the digital card game tournament or the Sparking Zero tournament. That stuff could be fun to watch. But it's only going to be at that point that we start to get news about Dokkan. Until then, like I said, do your daily missions. Keep yourselves occupied with other things. Dokkan doesn't have to be your only game. You can play other games to keep yourselves busy, but just keep collecting your stones. Even I'm not link leveling nearly as much now. I am saving whatever stones I can. I am burning whatever stamina I get during the day for daily missions. And then whatever excess stamina I get, I just run into 35.6 and I'm done with it. I don't need to link level. I just don't. I want to keep my stones. I want to have as many stones as possible so that I will be ready to summon for LR Vegito Gogeta Dual Strike. I don't know. That's it. Ramble over. Whew. That's it for today's video. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the remaining schedule until the 10th anniversary. Do you have any dates that you are looking forward to in particular? Is there anything that you're going to be doing for the next 2 weeks to keep yourselves occupied in Dokkan? Are you still working on anything in Dokkan? What sort of fun challenge videos or streams should we be doing in the meantime, other than the Kid Buu Red Zone? What else could we be doing? Because I think I'll probably go live for that either today or tomorrow, depending on how I'm feeling. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you, the YouTube, know you want to see more of myself do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly. Bye.